In this busy online world, we're all looking for ways to cut costs and save time in our business. And that's why listing your retreats on a retreat directory such as bookyogaretreats.com or bookretreats.com is becoming more and more popular. But before you create a profile on the most well-known directories, watch this video. I'll be giving you some stats, including cost comparisons of using a retreat directory versus getting direct bookings through your own website. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Tiffany and I'm an online marketing strategist and tech specialist. On this channel, I share all of my best tips and strategies for marketing retreats. So if you are a retreat leader or aspiring retreat leader, make sure you subscribe below. So what is a direct booking? Well, direct bookings are reservations that guests confirm directly with a retreat business without using a third-party agency. They are normally made on the retreat's own website or over the phone or email. Direct bookings are favorable because they connect retreat leaders directly with their guests and thereby saving them money on paying commissions. As you probably know, direct bookings have become a really important part of any retreat marketing strategy. Direct bookings can increase your profitability by reducing the customer acquisition costs and increasing brand loyalty. It is important to note, however, that all bookings are good by nature. Doesn't matter where it's coming from. Often when we talk about direct bookings, it sounds as if third-party bookings are bad, but they actually aren't. Different types of bookings will bring you varying amounts of revenue and profit. And retreat directories may take a percentage of your booking, but it's still revenue you wouldn't have otherwise gained. So before we jump into ways to get more direct bookings, let's look and go over the differences between retreat directories and direct bookings. And this will help you understand the role direct bookings play in the marketing strategy for your own retreat. So what is a retreat directory? They are also referred to as a booking engine, a booking agency, a retreat listing site, online travel agency, or a third-party intermediary. A retreat directory is a website with a searchable online list or catalog of retreats. A retreat directory such as bookyogaretreat.com or bookretreats.com are widely used by retreat goers around the world. And the majority of these bookings come with a commission fee. This means that guests create their reservations and process their payments via the retreat directory website, and then the directory keeps a negotiated commission per booking before sending the remaining payment to the retreat leader or center. The commission fees for some directories can sometimes be as high as 30% per booking. What are the benefits of listing on a retreat directory? Well, there's easy access to retreat goers worldwide, and visibility to retreat goers that may not have been aware of your retreat before searching. Plus, it adds more credibility to your business because you're aligning your brand with a well-known retreat directory site, with a trustworthy booking process inevitably rubs off onto your own brand. And it's easy to get started. It is a lot quicker and easier to add your retreat to a retreat directory than it is to build your own website. But what are the challenges of listing on retreat directories? Well, there's high commission rates for the more popular retreat directories and rising commission over the years. Then there is access to very sparse information about the guests who actually book your retreat through the directory. You will also have less control over the guest experience as their first point of contact is with the retreat directory and not with you. And then lastly, it's difficult to stand out from thousands of other retreats on the website. Here's a graphic showing you the average commission rates the most well-known retreat directories charge at the time of making this video. So you can expect to pay anywhere from 14 to 30% commission per booking. And in most cases, the more visibility you want, the higher commission you'll need to pay. It's also worth noting that it is entirely free to list your retreat with them. You will only need to pay that commission once you have received a successful booking. Now let's go through the direct retreat bookings. These allow the retreat leader to transact and communicate directly with the person booking. The advantages of direct sales are twofold. The retreat leader doesn't have to pay commission to third parties, and maintains a direct relationship with the customer. However, these bookings aren't completely free. First, you have to have some sort of online booking engine on your own website to be able to take the reservations and process the payments, even if they're commission free. Now, just a little tip, Stripe is a really great payment processor to do this. Second, you will still have to invest in marketing efforts to attract these retreat goers and remain competitive in your market. So what are the benefits of retreat bookings? Number one, direct bookings give you a one-on-one relationship with your guests. Then there are more opportunities for upsells before the actual arrival. Plus, no commissions need to be paid to third-party agencies, which means more revenue and profits for your retreat business. Finally, the loyalty bookings can decrease the overall cost by increasing the lifetime value of every single guest. Now let's go through the challenge of direct bookings. Direct bookings require strong online marketing skills or the services of a retreat marketing specialist so that you can keep the costs low compared to other channels. So how do you increase your direct bookings? Now that we've gone through the value of your direct retreat bookings, let's examine some key tactics to increase your direct retreat bookings. And don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results from your efforts. Small little improvements will accumulate over time. For every 1% increase in direct bookings, it is worth celebrating. So you will eventually be able to rely less and less on commission-based third parties. Now let's see how much you need to pay if you got bookings through a retreat directory versus your own website. Now let's say you get retreat bookings through a retreat directory. And remember, we just saw earlier that they charge between 14 and 30% commission per booking. So let's say you get 10 bookings and they're about $1,000 each. That's the average price of a retreat. That would be $10,000. But if we're going to be conservative and we have to pay 14% commission on that 10,000, that means $1,400 is paid to the booking directory in commissions. Now let's take the same amount of bookings and say that come through your own website. You get 10 bookings, they're $1,000 each, that means $10,000 in revenue. You will need to pay a payment processor or roughly 2.9%. This is taking some figures from the Stripe payment processor I recommended. And that will leave you with $290 in transaction fees that you need to pay to the payment processor. I know that there will be additional costs because you have your own website, such as hosting and domain. And if it's a Squarespace website, then that's all included. Then I mentioned the Stripe processing fee of 2.9%. And if you're using an email marketing platform, which I highly recommend that you do, that they only start charging from 1,000 subscribers on. So that's technically free when you have a small list. Plus then you have the time to market online. But bear in mind, even if you're listing on the retreat directory, most of you will actually have your own website anyway. So these costs happen anyway. So I'm looking to compare the commissions versus the transaction fees there. And we can see there is quite a substantial difference. Here are a few ways to increase your retreat's direct bookings. Use a commission-free booking platform. You should look for an easy-to-use commission-free booking engine that can also be used on mobile devices. By 2024, Euromonitor estimates that 1 in 4 travel bookings will take place on mobile devices. So a mobile-friendly website will ensure your own channel remains competitive. And also make sure the actual booking process is limited to 2 or 3 steps to reduce the checkout abandonment rate. You can check out my video on pros and cons of a booking process, and I've linked it above. Then you need to build an eye-catching and user-friendly results-focused retreat website. Now, your website is in the most cases the first impression potential guests will have of your event. So make the effort. Keep your website updated with regular high-value content and use really high-quality images and videos to showcase that retreat experience. Make the booking process easy by providing a modern and seamless experience to encourage further retreat goers to book. And also make sure that you have a standout call to action button on every single page of your website. Make it easy for people to book. Then you need to leverage your online marketing and build your list. This is the cornerstone of marketing. This is where boosting direct bookings can get a bit tricky. But instead of relying on retreat directories for their marketing muscle, you'll have to run your own retreat marketing campaigns yourself. So begin by building your own email list with high value lead magnets. And if you don't know what a lead magnet is, I've linked up a video here. And then regularly send out high valuable content to your list. Next, you need to embrace guest loyalty. Your past guests are an often forgotten about resource when it comes to direct bookings. Reconnect with past retreat goers using an email marketing campaign with exclusive discounts and offers. Also, if you don't have one, consider launching a loyalty program. Now, retreat goers respond really well to these programs, and they don't have to be complicated with points and redemptions. It could be as simple as promising a priority only rate because they were a previous client. And even reach out to them personally. A personal touch goes much further than this whole anonymous journey. Also important, show up on social media. Not my favorite thing to do, but in this world, this is what we need to do. Social media is a great way to nurture and build the relationships with past and potential retreat guests. So create a hashtag for your particular event and encourage guests to post photos on Instagram, for example, by creating Instagrammable corners, and then reshare those photos posted by your guests on your profile. Nurture your community online and then make a special offer or exclusive packages just for your followers. Make them feel special. You should be using social media to distribute your content and engage directly with your followers. Don't just post for posting's sake. Really think about what will actually make the potential client want to go to your retreat. Create your content for your blog, your video channel, or your podcast first, and then share it on your social channels. This will be a much more sustainable way to add value because you can repurpose that blog or video or podcast and splice it up into different posts for your social media channel, and it will save you so much time and headache and overwhelm if you do it that way. Reducing the amount of dependency on retreat directories and increasing your direct booking revenue can create a higher bottom line for your retreat business. But still, keep in mind that the best reservation is the one that pays the most in value and was acquired through the least amount of expense and means. Sometimes the commission costs paid to retreat directories are actually less than the costs incurred in an individual marketing campaign on a short-term basis though. And as you test different ways to drive your bookings, remember to track your costs. If you're clever and creative, you can actually increase your retreat directory bookings and keep more of your own revenue and not pay it to third parties.